working, it will pop up down here. Are we going? We're live. Yes. All right. Hello. And no one is going to be watching it at this point. Hello. I'm Ben Padden. I'm the PortsCenter guy. And for some reason, I'm getting slightly high pitched. Am I increased? No, I'm not going to talk like that the whole time. At least I'm going to make a conscious effort not to. I very rarely use this Twitch channel, and I think maybe it's time to change that. What do you think? I don't know, but I'm going to get going. So what I'm doing here, I'm playing the Amiga version of Worms. Specifically, I'm playing Worms: The Director's Cut. There are hello, hi. I wonder why. This presents an interesting question because there should be. Let's see. While I'm gonna get a computer game going, a game between two computer teams going, while I troubleshoot why the chat is not appearing in the chat box, because there should be chat appearing down here, and it's just not happening, and I don't know why. So let me see if I can fix that. 1 second. Hope you're all having a good time so far today in your lives. I'm having a great day. I'm having a really good day. It's been pretty great. This is very exciting. I should probably get that going. So the game that's running at the moment, this is Worms: The Director's Cut. Worms: The Director's Cut is a special Amiga version of Worms that was put out. It was the last Amiga game that Team 17 ever put out. And they oops, sorry. And they put out, it was coded by Andy Davidson. Slightly enhanced version of Worms, the original Worms, some new weapons, some ideas that showed up in later Worms games. Eric, could you do me a favor if you're still watching? Could you just throw a chat message in the chat, please? Just vomit a message in there just so I can test this chat box and figure out what is going on, because right now there's just this big black space and none of the chat messages are appearing, which is very, very strange. Because they should be appearing in the video, and they're not. This is odd. This is very odd. I went to a lot of trouble to get this. Set up and working, and it's not quite working. So there may just be this black void underneath me that is just not going to be populated with chat, which I would prefer that it have chat in it. But what can you do? What can you do? I don't know what's causing this particular issue. So I might have to put something else down there. I hope you guys can hear me okay. I can still see the chat. It's not going to be appearing on the stream, which is annoying. But do let me know if you can hear me. If you have any questions, I can still see the chat. I'm just not sure why it's not showing up in the thing. But hey, you guys can watch the AI teams kind of do their thing. So that's fun. That's very fun. Isn't this? This is fun. I love Worms. It's one of the games that my dad and I used to play very frequently. This terrain style is actually, this is a terrain style from I think Worms Armageddon specifically. That using tools that came with this game, downscaled and converted for use in Worms Armageddon. That was kind of a hobby of mine. No, sorry, Worms: The Director's Cut. I used to take assets from later Worms games and import them into Worms: The Director's Cut, because Worms: The Director's Cut has a really cool suite of customization tools. It's probably the most customizable Worms game ever. Still do not know why the chat is not appearing. It's very annoying. It's very frustrating. The chat messages should be appearing on the stream, and they're not, and I don't know why. Oh no, I do know why. There we go. Hey, It was me. It was me all along, everyone. I did it. I had... Okay, so what had happened was I put the layer underneath the overlay. That's on me. That's my fault, but it's been taken care of now. So I'm just going to go ahead and close this window. Brilliant. All right. So I'm going to stop them from finishing their game. All right. Oh, Eric JB asks, have I ever played Solid Gold for the Amiga? I have actually not. I don't think I'm even really familiar with it. These two teams have apparently never played, so I'm going to throw in for a one-on-one. Here we go. All right. That's interesting going back and playing the old school Worms, because I've played Worms Armageddon a lot, and I've been playing Worms WMD very, very much. Worms WMD is so much fun. It's probably my favorite Worms game since Armageddon. Damn it! I thought that would reach. Honestly, thought that would make it. Oh well. So one of the key differences between this version of Worms and others, other than the fact that it has a lot of weapons in it that people typically don't associate with Worms until like Worms 2, Worms Armageddon, etc., and all of the other customization features, this version of Worms was only released on floppy disk. There was no CD-ROM version of this game. So there's no like ambient audio. There's no sound of it. What I would do as a kid, actually, is I owned... there was a CD-ROM disc that came with an Amiga magazine that had a bunch of audio tracks that were like ambient audio for Worms, the Director's Cut, and that feature was never actually implemented. That's not fair. Because that feature was never implemented, that audio was never accessible in-game for people who were lucky enough to have an Amiga with a CD-ROM drive. So that never happened, which is a shame. But I taped the CD audio off of the CD-ROM and would play it in my tape deck while I played to get that full-on immersive experience. And I could conceivably do that now just to add a layer of, we'll generously call it deceit to the experience. This is also the first Worms game that let you kind of let go of your rope mid-air and then relaunch it. Nope, that didn't work in my favor. This was the first Worms game that let you do that. And oh, okay, I guess there was an entire landmine there. Perfect. Okay, no, that's fine. That's good. I didn't want that worm. I didn't need that worm. That worm is not an integral part of my victory plan. That one is. So if he dies, that's it. There's also no worm select. Anyone who is familiar... Oh, I can't petrol bomb. There's no way I'm going to reach from over here. I need to move. Put him there. Is that my last worm? God, I'm getting destroyed by Her Royal Highness's team. Oh. Yeah, I might, put VLC Media Player in the background or something, get some of that ambient audio in. Just for the stream. It's not in the game, but it would be nice to, That's the line I have to walk. Like, do I want an authentic Worms experience, or do I want a stream with some sound in it that isn't just me rambling? Oh. And the lengths I've had to go to get... Amiga Forever does not stream well, which is the emulation package. I love Amiga Forever. I'm a big proponent of Amiga Forever. I've been a proponent of Amiga Forever for, 15 years now, I think. And full disclosure, they do set, whenever they release a new updated version of the application, they do send me a free copy. But I'd be using Amiga Forever whether they sent it to me or not. I'm a huge fan of that package. It's probably the best and simplest way to play Amiga games on a modern PC. It's just it just kind of works straight out of the box. Eric asks if I'm aware of the new-ish homebrew ports. Why are all my worms like clustered over here? It's unusual. if I'm familiar with the newish homebrew ports of Donkey Kong. The only one that I've really spent any time with is Donkey Kong Jr., which I'm loving. I discovered it when I was doing research for the PortCenter episode. Oh, bums. And just kind of fell in love with it. Like, it has a real charm. But I haven't... let me tweak this. Haven't... Is that better? Is that worse? Perfect. Haven't really had a chance to, like, check out any of the others. But, you know, it's something... I'm always interested in homebrew stuff. And pretty confident I will eventually do a PortCenter just about homebrew stuff. I very recently discovered, I can't believe I didn't know about this before, but very recently discovered Open Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, which is an open source port of Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. It does require the original source files, but it does give you full, you know, it has a bunch of really cool new features. Please just go in the water. Just go in the... Nope, okay, I overshot. That's fine. It's fine. You know what? These things happen. Everything. I'm not gonna say everything happens for a reason, because that's nonsense. But it is. I'm gonna figure out how to get that bugger now. I might actually put some music on, some of the in-game music from a Worms game, even if it wouldn't be an authentic experience. It would be better than the silence you get when I. Oh, poo! That's no good. We don't want that. Excellent. Bums. Oh dear. I'm not expecting a big audience for this stream. This stream is mostly for me. I only recently started playing Worms: The Director's Cut again, mostly because it's an enjoyable version of the game. I typically like doing these streams when I have someone else to talk to. It's one of the reasons why I really enjoy doing stupid things like that. One of the reasons I enjoy doing the antiquing hour with Mikey is I have someone to talk to and bounce off of. I don't think I'm particularly interesting on my own. I do have a lot of facts to share about the game I'm playing, typically, but that doesn't necessarily... Oh, come on. That's just mean. That's mean-spirited. Alright, what have I got? I don't have any dynamite. I do have a sheep. I wonder if they'll do it. There we go. Check out that bad boy. All right. What's this? Ow. But he lives. Oh. Oh, okay. We can fix that. Oh, they've got it coming. They've had it coming for a while. Oh, I don't have airstrike yet? I don't have airstrike yet. I've got to wait. Got to wait another turn. Maybe homing missile. There we go. Ugh. Gotta get myself over there and kick some ass. It's the rare and elusive PortCenter stream, says Pazzy160. Hello, Pazzy. I do most of my streaming these days with Mikey on FilmJoy. We do a weekly stream there called the Antiquing Hour. I don't do as many PortCenter streams, but I want to get back into it, especially seeing as I now have no day job. So doing more regular streams like this, either on my I don't know whether I'm going to stick with Twitch. I don't know if Twitch is a good place for me to build an audience. I might try the PortCenter YouTube channel because there are several subscribers there already. But I think what I'm going to do is no. I do want to do these streams more frequently, just to kind of see if that's a way of getting a little bit more income. Not that I don't like playing the games, obviously, but if I'm going to play games, if I can play it for an audience and maybe encourage people to, you know, click the little PayPal link down there, then why not? You know, it's I do still have to be able to pay bills and rent and stuff. There we go. Yeah, I might start doing streams in the evening. I'm not as keen on doing streams on my own, if I'm being completely honest with you. It's not as fun to fly solo. I don't think. I like having someone to talk to and balls and bounce off of, and I don't have that here, unfortunately. I mean, I could just have an open Skype line and let people kind of call in. That's the wrong button, Ben. I've done that before. Oh, no, there's a landmine. Nope. Did not see that. Didn't see it. Ah, nuts. I don't know who made... this particular terrain style for Worms the Director's Cut. Obviously, they've taken a Worms Armageddon terrain and have downscaled it for the Director's Cut. But the problem with that is it's not great because the worms are green and so is the background. Playing a Worms game where you can't zoom out as well, when you're used to being able to zoom out, is a totally... you lose something. Oh, that's just... leave Pinky alone. Come on now. That's just mean. It's mean-spirited is what it is. But yeah, these green worms are difficult to see. So the reason the worms are green, fans of incredibly dull facts may be interested to know, is when you create a terrain style for Worms the Director's Cut, you have a 16-color palette that you can use. But the game uses... The game uses certain palette registers for... or certain palette values for in-game objects, like the landmines, the weapon crates, stuff like that. Yeah, you're right. PortsCenter is kind of the patron saint of dull facts. There we go. Are those both? I think those are both enemy worms, so I'm going to take care of those bad boys. So you like color value 1 has to be color value 0, which is the first one, has to be transparent. Color value 1 has to be a white or an off-white for the worm names and for, you know, the color of the sheep and so on. Color value 2 has to be pink or pinkish for the worms, and then 3 and 4 are for the landmines, and 5 and 6 are for the weapon crates. But you can make those basically whatever colors you want, so long as they're like a color and then a slightly darker version of that color. So if you make value 2. If you make that green, as whoever designed this terrain style did, you end up with green worms. Rope was too long. He's spared. No, Clever Foodie, this isn't James Pond. No wacky fan fiction on this occasion. Unless you want to write some Worms fan fiction, like, I'm not going to stop you. You live your best life. You live that life, and you live it well. Eric asks, do I have any favourite non-gaming, non-movie channels or video series? Gosh. I'm a huge fan of 5-second films, which is potentially cheating somewhat, because a couple of the people who work on 5-second films are friends of mine. I'm actually going to get some background music going. Give me just a second. That's my start menu. You can see all the files on my start menu. You know I use Premiere Pro. I mean, you already knew that. But I'm trying to think. I subscribe to so many channels and I watch so much stuff. I'm a sucker for comedy, and I'm a sucker for anything that can kind of hold my attention through laughter. I'm not watching as much stuff on YouTube right now. Most of the stuff I'm doing more podcasts these days. I didn't used to be a podcast person until I want to say a couple of years ago when when I had my breakdown. I started listening to a lot of podcasts like My Brother and Me and The Adventure Zone and The Flophouse, and a few other shows. How Did This Get Made? And it's weird, but like listening to podcasts while I was kind of healing, while I was going through this incredibly difficult time, was very cathartic for me. It was, and I know that you probably wanted a comedy, a comedy answer, but I don't have one for you. That's kind of where I'm gonna put together a playlist. Add to playlist, new playlist, Worms audio. There we go. So there's that. Music from Worms. Nope, it's trying. Unless we're gonna have to turn this volume down as well. Add to playlist, Worms audio, the Worms Armageddon soundtrack. Doesn't have any of the ambient audio on it. That's pretty cool. Alright, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to shuffle this playlist. Alright, hopefully you can hear that. Alright. So that is being done just so the music is not boring, because there's no in-game music on this game. So let's put on a couple of. Actually, no. I'm gonna make a new team. How many followers? I've got 5 people on the stream right now. I think I'm gonna make a special team for you guys. Clever Foodie, Pazzy 160. That's 170. Ben. That's more. Eric JB. Hello, Inks and Issues. That is it. That is the team of the street. That's the Twitch streams channel. You guys were here first. You guys get your own team that should have been humans and are not. 1 second. Team entry. Teams. We'll make them AI. Let's make you moderately smart. Let's go for 4. 5. 5's good. And then let's throw in Stoned. Oh, let's go for Worms 2D. They haven't played in a while. Let's do it. I always hated Forest on the original Worms. We've already done Cheese. Mars is good. Let's go to Mars, everyone. It's me versus 2 AI teams, but there's no. It's not cooperative, so they could well turn on each other. See how this goes. I did it! That's a field goal, right? That's how Worms works. Yo. I love the physics in these old Worms games. Like the physics in... Not that I don't like the physics in Armageddon or any of the newer ones, but there's a wonderful... There's kind of a fluidity of movement in the first-gen Worms games. And it's slightly different whether you're playing it on the Amiga or on the PC or the PlayStation and what have you. But there's a wonderful fluidity that the newer games don't have. The newer games feel very different in terms of physics. And also, like, one of the key things with the old Worms games, particularly the Director's Cut, is you can have individual terrain styles or custom maps that have their own gravity setting. So this Mars terrain has a lower gravity than a regular, like the forest terrain or the Gulf terrain that we were on. I can't remember if cheese has low gravity. Good job, good show, good job, Dead Code. Dead Code, of course, being one of the people who work on the beta updates for Worms Armageddon. Worms Armageddon's still being updated, by the way, so I would strongly recommend you head over to Steam or the Humble Store and pick yourself up a copy of Worms Armageddon. And if you do, hey, let me know, because we could play. We won't, but we could, and that's the important thing. Let's see. Okay, so one of those worms in there is not mine. Yeah, with the Amiga version of Worms, you don't get the different coloured team names, but you can toggle between displaying just your team names or no team names, or all worm names. I'm saying team names instead of worm names. So, Eric JB is over there. Let's see if I can do this without scoring a field goal again. I forgot about the low gravity, it threw me off. Yes! Got grenade skills today. Alright, Bonds is up. Bonds is one of the alpha testers for Worms Armageddon. Lovely, lovely human person. Yes, I think he is. I haven't spoken to him in a while. Eric! Eric JB, hang your head in shame. How dare you? There we go. Baseball bat. There you go. There she goes. Leaving Versailles for the last time. My phone's ringing, but I'm on a stream, and you guys are more important. I don't know why I keep pointing.
What's this?
Here we go.
Stupid.
Oh, this music's gotten intense. I forgot how good the soundtrack for Worms 2 is. Because that's the music that's playing right now. It's obviously not this game's music. It doesn't have any. But the soundtrack for Worms 2 was so good. And it's so different from any of the other Worms games as well.
Coward.
I'm going to respond to this text message. Which makes for great television. Let's see. Also, this is the only first gen Worms game where you can jump in different directions. Lots of the stuff that we like take for granted about newer Worms games started here. Like, this was the first one. Let's see, what's the best option here? I'm gonna go grenade bonds. Let's give that a go. Ah, that's gonna backfire. Oh. Yeah, I really liked Worms WMD. It's the first Worms game, really since Armageddon, that really felt, you know, fun to play, and it kind of really got what Worms was. A lot of the problems with some of the newer games is they didn't really feel like they lost something, and it feels like it took a long time for Worms to rediscover what it was. Let's see. Alright, that's a ninja rope. Again, also the first Worms game that let you, you know, it was called roping now, but it used to be called Tarzaning back in the day. Oh, baseball bat, nice. There's another baseball bat. I am covered in baseball bats. Alright, well. There we go.
Revenge. Bye-bye. What's this? Ow. Oi, nuts.
Sorry, a very boring stream where I'm responding to text messages from a friend. In fact, actually, Dino Andrade, who some of you might know as the voice of the Scarecrow in Arkham Asylum, but who also just did a voice for the newest PortsCenter. Realize I'm telling 5 people about a brand new PortsCenter episode they probably already watched, but definitely worth checking out if you go to youtube.com/FilmJoy. There's a brand new episode all about the unreleased Haunted Mansion game for the Game Boy Advance. Just get yourself over there. There you go. That's how that goes. Take that, Sup Super.
What's this? What's this?
Yeah, Dino's great.
Perfect.
He's great, and he did such a good job. Here's the thing, I didn't ask him to do that. He found out I was doing the Haunted Mansion episode and just sent the recording because he's a nice guy. Genuinely one of the nicest, most wonderful human beings that I know. I feel very, very privileged to get to call him my friend. And my brother, in fact. You know, we're very close. Pazzy160, I gotta say, your worm, not super smart. Alright, let's figure this out. Okay, here we go. Alright. So now I gotta figure out... The wind's in my favour. Wait. Oh! Oh! Replay that bad boy.
Fatality.
That's awesome. That was a good shot. Sometimes I'm good at this game. Not often. Just occasionally. Clever Foodie going in with the airstrike.
You'll regret that.
Alright. Oh, I have a holy hand grenade. Nice. You guys get to see what the original holy hand grenade looked like. Come on, come on, come on. Get. Damn it! Ah, wasted! Zero thoughts on Amiga OS, Eric. I haven't really been following the Amiga community in a very, very long time. It's kind of weird, like people who are still supporting the Amiga as like a viable gaming platform now are somehow weirder than people who insist on putting Linux on their computer and then complaining that they can't play the new Assassin's Creed. You know, it's a very strange space to exist in. Here we go. Alright. Time to finish him off executioner style. With a handgun. There we go.
Oh dear.
Alright. You know what we'll do? Have someone in the chat give me a word. We're going to randomly generate a landscape based on your word. So I can type anything in here and it will use that as a seed for a new landscape. So someone throw a word out and I'll use that to generate a landscape. Homestar. All right. Eric with a Homestar reference. That's another Mars level. I'm going to go with Burrito instead. Let's see what that throws out. Oh, this is hell. Welcome to hell. All right. Love that. The differently animated water types as well. You don't get that with the newer games. You just get kind of the flat, wet water, which I don't dislike, but there was a kind of a particular charm and personality that the early Worms games had that the newer ones don't really have. I mean, not to say they don't have any charm, they have a different sort of charm. Do I still have that banana? I thought I had a banana bomb. No. Alright, let's do this. Grenade launcher is what the mortar was originally called. If you've ever used the mortar in Worms 2 or Worms Armageddon. Hello! Oh no, one of those was mine! Oops.
What's this? What's this?
Burrito hell. Oh, you are lucky that that weird spike was there because... I say you, like it was one of you. That'll do. Come on. Ah, I love it.
Leave me alone.
Here's the thing: is I don't think that Worms has lost any of its flavor. I think the flavor of Worms has changed. Like if you look at the box art for the original Worms and this style of graphics compared to where they went with Worms 2 and Worms Armageddon and Worms War Party, which are much more cartoony affairs. They're they're tonally very different experiences. Worms 2, Worms Armageddon, Worms War Party, much more focused on that kind of bright, well, not necessarily bright, but that kind of simple cartoony aesthetic, which works really well. Like, I really like it. And it's an aesthetic that carried on with, you know, Worms Reloaded and a little bit with some of the newer Worms games. Worms WMD, I think, walks a really good line between the kind of pseudo-realistic look of the terrains in classic Worms and the cartoony look of the, you know, second and third generation of Worms games. I think it works really, really well. I think Worms WMD is probably my favorite Worms game aesthetically. Oh my god, that was pure luck. Like that, I can't take credit for this shot. This is a fluke.
Perfect. What's this?
But yeah, like, you know, sometimes like if you compare the visuals for, you know, the way that Mario used to look in the 80s to how he looks now, like there's some similarities, but they're very, very different. And I don't necessarily think that's better or worse. I just think it's different. What have I got? I'm getting pretty good with a grenade. Should I just keep being cocky and... Come on. There we go. That's going to do something. I mean, not as much as it could. A little bit more juice. If I'd put a little bit more mustard on it, that would have been good.
Perfect.
Is Cyber Shadow the only one? It's worth it to get one of these crates then. Okay, guys, I'm gonna teleport to get one of these crates. Do I get this one here, the one on the left, that's down by the fire, or the one on the right that's on this ledge? Which one do I go for? We've got to go quick. I've got 30 seconds. Go, 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 go. Either way, the worm's going to be in a very precarious position. I've got the right one. Okay. Okay. All right. here comes another crate. Oh, if worm select were a thing in this game, I could get that to... Oh, I might still be able to. Another holy hand grenade. Truly, I have been blessed this day! But I might not need it. Oh, I might not need it. Oh. Oh. That's how it's done. I'd be down for that. I would be down for a version of Surgeon Simulator that was like that. Let's throw on 2 AI controlled teams. Let's go for... Put you guys back in. We'll put streams in. And... worms. And then horsemen. Why not? Alright, give me another word. Let's do this. We tried Homestar. It generated a Mars map, on which I might come back to. We did Burrito, which gave us the map that I just mopped. Shop Bandersnatch. He's so good in Sherlock. Yeah, let's do this. I'll do burger next. I'll do burger literature next. I'll do them both. It'll fit. Oh man. Oh my god. Ooh. Great Muppety Odin. Okay. Oh good. Oh, all of these worms are not mine. That's perfect. Right, off I go. That did some damage, right?
Oh dear. Oh dear. Bye-bye.
That was solid. That's some death. Ooh. Love it when you get a good ricochet of landmines.
What's this?
Ah. That's a lot of... Can I make that jump? Can I jump across? Oh, no. Alright. Well, I'll just do it from here then. Because we all know what I'm going to do. Watch this. Blink. There we go.
Perfect.
Blimey, that music just cranked up, didn't it? Shouldn't even be on this playlist. There we go. Eric, no, I cannot. That's bananas. You mean based on the movie? Or is this a genre of video game that I'm just being dumb about? Alright. Oh, Cannon Fodder is such a good game. I might do a stream of that at some point. If I kill death, is it possible for any of the other worms to die? That's the big question. God, this soundtrack's so good. That's the dumbest thing you could have done, AI.
What's this? Perfect.
Ooh. Soundtrack brings back some very specific memories from my early teens, because obviously I grew up in England. I moved here when I was 21, but for 3 months in '99, when I was 13 years old, I lived here with my dad and my stepmom. And my dad had Worms 2. That was the first time I'd played Worms 2, because we didn't really have a great PC when I was a kid. I was still using my Amiga for stuff. This soundtrack is just so linked with like playing Worms with, you know, my dad's friends and other kids that I'd met. Is War the last Worm? War, huh? There's a joke in there somewhere. It's also the first Worms game where you can fire your rope in midair. Okay, gotta be very careful. No! God. That's nice. That's a good teacher. Is that my last worm? Horseman just took it. Horseman for the win. I don't like that. That's offensive to my sensibilities. Alright, so literature burger. Literature burr. That'll do it. So this is a terrain style that I imported from Worms Armageddon, which meant I had to reduce the colors to 16%. I had to, sorry, to 16 colors. I had to downscale the graphics quality and everything. But I think it looks great. I think it looks really good. I imported the mountains and everything as well. I'm really happy with the way that, you know, this came together. Yeah, when you've only got for the actual landscape, when you've only got 16 colors to work with, it's very limiting. So you have to get creative with like dithers and one of my favorite weapons is now in my inventory. But what I'm gonna do instead? Let's do this. Oh yes. But yeah, Worms the Director's Cut is the only game in the series that lets you create your own terrain styles. And there was, for a little while, there was a community of people who were creating their own terrains. They were either ripping graphics on video games, which is kind of what I did with this one, or they were... Nope! I thought I double tapped enter and I only tapped it once. I'm an idiot. Or they created their own terrains like based on, you know, ideas that they'd had, or... they created, you know, one terrain I remember having as a teenager was a South Park inspired one. You know, lots of really creative and clever uses of the tool set to create your own terrains. And the game also lets you create your own maps as well, like solid maps, but you can create a background layer, like where you blow away the terrain and you can kind of see the soil behind it. That's something that other Worms games haven't let you do. And it's kind of a shame that, you know, in terms of feature loss, that's probably for me the saddest feature loss. This is going to backfire. Oh, it's not going to backfire. I thought that was going to clip him. Maybe I was just wishful thinking. Did you? One of the other things, and I think it's a bug, but if your worm uses a shotgun, if you hurt yourself with your first shot, you can still use your second. Does Mikey smell as good as he looks? Mikey smells like fresh daisies. The end. That's where that ends. I'm going to try and throw a grenade over to wood. I'm going to see if I can make that happen. Down, down, down. Hey! Nice! I usually beef it on the grenade throws on Worms Armageddon and Worms WMD, but I'm really good at grenade throws in this. Not 100%, but, you know, good enough. Dino in just a little bit. Oh! It's too close now. Blocking my field of vision. Okay, what do we got? Oh, those are they're all viable targets. Both of my worms are over here. That's very dangerous. So I'm going to put him... That's a tactical maneuver. That's overkill, dude. That's a stick of banana for a worm with 2 HP. What are you doing? That was the stupidest thing you could have done. Let's go get these boys. What have I got? Do I still have that sheep on a rope? I do. Do I have anything else? I don't think I'm going to get sheep on a rope over there. Yeah, that's not a good idea. Okay, let's teleport. Do I have any teleports left? Okay, that's a little bit out there, but I'm hoping that they're both on different teams, so I'm hoping that they'll be more interested in taking out each other than they will in trying to get me. Backwards. Backwards. Okay. Alright, here we go. Yeah, I'm the best at this game no one else plays. Oh, another worm. Oh, a cavern level. You guys haven't seen cavern levels yet. The previous first-gen Worms games did not have caverns. Worms the Director's Cut was the first Worms game that let... Oh! First Worms game that let you have cavern levels, which is great if you've got a lot of ninja ropes. Ooh. It's rough. Man. What are my options here? Oh, I could go get those guys. Do I still have that sheep on a rope, or did that not carry over? No, I don't have... I don't have our stockpiling turned on. Alright. There we go. Oh! Oh, it's half my team! I've only got one worm left! Where's my dude? Where's my boy? He's over there. Well, I'm gonna call this little nugget Danger Island. Oh no. So long worms, I guess. Alright, Pinky's up. Oh man. Let's just see how this goes. Ah, I was hoping I could do the arcing up so that he landed on the landmine. It did not work out quite as I would have liked. Ah! Am I out? I think I'm out. I'm out. That was my last worm. It's down between horsemen and streams now. Oh, that's rough. I think horseman is going to have it, just as a sheer numbers game. Oof. Horseman takes the win. Who's Horseman win? They win the match. But I got the most kills. 8 kills. Alright, I'm going to do one more game. First, I'm going to save these stats. You have to save manually on this version of the game. It doesn't do that automatically, unfortunately. Okay, worm, stoned, mystery, and oh no! Alright, it's gonna be the last one, and then I'm gonna call it, because we've been playing for about an hour. Music cavern, sports cavern. Let's have it pick a custom map. Alright, I think this is imported from Worms Armageddon. Ah! Too soon. I was just trying to do it mid-air, so I would... Oh well. Good job. Good job. It's alright. That's dangerous, Ben. Oh, hello. Ding dong. All right.
Oh dear.
AI worms really like using the blowtorch when they're stuck, even if they cannot actually use it.
What's this?
Oh, it's not my worm.
Perfect.
Ah, too late that time.
What's this?
Being too clever by 7/8.
What's this? Traitor. Oh dear.
So long, Wilma. Pinky lives. Because of course he does.
Whoa.
Oh, super sheep. Nice. Alright, so... let's put that Ming vase to use. Shit. Nope. Ah!
Oh dear.
He's still going. Oh!
Perfect.
Banana-rama, you're having a rough time.
What's this?
No, I'm not going to make that jump. I've got to be a bit craftier than that. Ah! That's not crafty. That's the opposite of crafty. That's dumb. He's dead now. He's dead. He's done. He's out. And I'm out. That's me. I'm out of this match. Out of this round, at least. Well, if I've got to be out, let's at least make it interesting. Sudden death. Oh, good. Good. Good job. You nailed.
Oh dear. Oh dear. What's this? What's this?
Well, all of those people are dead. They're all out. They're done.
Stupid. Bye bye. Oh dear. Bye bye.
Excuse me. one of my dudes. I was using that dude. I mean, I hadn't yet, but still.
Whoa.
One moment. Hello?
Whoa.
No, it isn't. Goodbye. It was a robot. A robot called me. Yes, actually, I saw Chris at PAX East
Perfect.
this year. Yeah. Chris and I know each other. Chris is a cool dude. That mine just needed a little more encouragement down the side of that hill.
Revenge. What's this? Perfect. What's this? Revenge. Whoa. Die. Perfect.
Boom. Shakalaka laka.
Revenge. What's this? Perfect.
Ow.
Revenge. Sayuken.
Oh, that's not fair.
Hadouken.
And that is why I missed the Dragon Ball. There are many tactical advantages to using the Dragon Ball, and Team 17 stripped it out of the game a few years ago, and it's not there anymore, which is heartbreaking. I don't think you're gonna make it over that wall, my dude. It's just not happening. I could get both of those dudes, actually. There we go. That's what I want. Embrace in your last moments. Death! I have become Death, destroyer of worlds. Destroyer, I destroy you. I will destroy everything you hold dear.
What's this?
For kicks. Oops, you whiffed it. Who's that for? Who? Oh, I mean, Shaggy got the bare brunt of that. But why wouldn't you use a shotgun instead? That's bananas. Man, these guys are dynamite crazy.
Revenge. Oh dear.
Do I have dynamite? No, I'm out of dynamite. Okay. Bit much, Ben, but alright. Oh, Ben, you're wasteful. There we go. Alright. So now I'm going to drop... Where is it? Where's... There it is. I'm trying to remember where they put the mine on the hotkeys.
Whoa. Fatality.
Whee! Boosh. So long, blocker. It's just me and Mystery now. And I think I can take her. I'm just gonna not suck at the rope for 4 minutes. Do you know who's really good at the rope? Mikey. Mikey was a world-class, top-tier Worms 2 player back in the day. Are you kidding me? Alright. Oh, come on. Oh no! It's a toy! Oh, excuse me. Let's head up these Alps. Yes, the game took us both down. We were both after the trophy, but the game had other ideas. This summer, one worm will risk everything for some dumb shit. Oh, I was hoping I wouldn't clip my own worm, but it was worth it. It was a 2-for-1 deal. I think I can live with that. I can live with that on my conscience.
First blood. Red organ. No, fatality. What's this? Stupid.
Excuse me, Worth, how rude.
Perfect.
I just want to say, there have been 5 of you watching this now for almost an hour, and I really appreciate you guys sticking around. I'm still kind of finding my footing again with live streams. I want to do more stuff like this. I want to do the stuff with this where I've got people to talk to, so I might line up, you know, guests and stuff. And I'm still not sure whether I'm going to stay on Twitch or move over to the PortsCenter YouTube channel. But I do want to do this kind of thing more regularly. Just because I enjoy doing it. I like doing it with Mikey. Mikey and I get along really well. But it's just fun. It's just a nice way to kind of, you know, kill a couple of hours. Yeah, this has been really relaxing and nice, and I'd love to do more stuff like this soon. And that's not going to work out for me, is it? Nah. Bugger. But yeah, please, you know, if you're not already subscribed to the PortsCenter Twitch channel, please do so. There's also the PortsCenter YouTube channel, which is where the show used to live before it moved to FilmJoy. If I'm going to be streaming this stuff, it's going to be there. Or here. It's going to be one of those two places. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do. But I'm really glad that you guys have been able to hang out with me and keep me company while I dig into an old Worms game. It's been a lot of fun, and I'm glad that we got to do this together. So thank you so much. I was hoping he'd go in the hole, but
Just you wait.
too much lift. That's his problem. He made it over the gap.
What's this?
Ooh, cluster bomb. Oh, grenade. And then a landmine to the face. Okay, so I have some notes. That was the dumbest thing the AI has done. Please be a good weapon. Please be a homing pigeon. Nice. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. So homing pigeon, if you're not familiar with some of the later Worms games, is a smart homing missile. It's able to go around terrain and then it explodes with the force of about a stick of dynamite. I think they nerfed it a little bit in future Worms games, but here at least it was a pretty powerful piece of kit to collect. There's so many landmines over there. Do you know the on map cap for landmines is 20? If you keep dropping landmines, and there's more than 20 landmines at the end of a turn, the game freezes up. And I discovered this through extensive testing, because that's the kind of human that I am. Oh, that baseball bat. That doesn't have enough kick in it.
What's this?
I also found out if you fill a pit with 20 landmines and then drop a worm in it, the full force of all 20 of those landmines going off at once is such that it pushes the worm off of the map through the terrain. So it looks like the worm's been vaporized. I think maybe that will be my next stream. Maybe I'll do some Worms Director's Cut field tests, and I can show you guys some of the cool bugs that this game has. Ooh. So long, Jessica Fletcher. If you guys have any old game requests that you'd like to see me play on a future stream, by all means do throw those out as well. I'm down to, you know, I'm down to play whatever. Old or new, in fact. I think Mikey and I on the Antiquing Hour, we're going to try to do more co-op stuff, because we've really been enjoying Sea of Thieves over the last couple of weeks. But I think we're going to try and do more co-op stuff so that we can both play, because I think that's a nice dynamic. But for more solo player stuff, yeah, come here and... Oh, Cannon Fodder's a great game. I love Cannon Fodder. It's one of my favourites. Drill. I don't want a drill, I want a good weapon. Where is... Oh, there he is. He's only got 30. Oh, that's cool. Alright, I'll stick with... We'll get over this sheep without setting off that landmine that's riding its back. Alright, I think this is how I win. I think this is my final shot. Did it. Done. That's it. Victory. Ben Patton of PortsCenter has claimed another victory. There we go. Check me out. 12 kills. Most violent. Beautiful. Alright. Well, thank you very much for hanging out and keeping me company. This has been a lot of fun, and I look forward to doing it again in the near future. Maybe a little bit this weekend. Or early next week, certainly. And then obviously I have the weekly stream with Mikey over at the FilmJoy channel at youtube.com/FilmJoy. That's true. I said I was going to win and then I won, because you know what? Stick to my guns. Anyway, thank you so much for hanging out. I will see you again. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you've enjoyed watching this in any way, shape, or form, and you would like to make a monetary contribution, there is a link to my PayPal tip jar down there somewhere, or you can go to paypal.me/benpadden, because this is my full-time job now, is making YouTube videos and playing video games. So anything that I can do to kind of keep my, keep a roof over my head and food in my stomach is greatly appreciated. In the meantime, thank you very much. Thank you for being generally sort of marvelous. And I will see you again next time. Take it easy, everyone.